Good morning, children. I am Ejaz Hashmi and I am your English teacher. I warmly welcome you all to our English online class. I know this must be a different experience to all of you, but this is the next generation education. So I hope you will definitely get habituated to this, and I shall try to keep this as simple as possible. Okay? Right, my dear children, I once again welcome you all to this new avenue of learning. Now, let us start our lesson. First important thing that we all have to understand is the clothing. The clothing of people throughout the world is different. People in different areas and in different countries wear different kinds of clothes. Now, first important thing that we need to think here is what decides the attire. What is the word I have used? Attire. What is the meaning of attire? Dress. Attire means what? Dress. So, what are the factors that decide the attire of the people in different regions? Number one, climatic conditions. The most important factor is the climatic conditions. So, as you know that in different places we have different climates, different temperatures. Few places are freezingly cold and few places are terribly hot. Now, few places the temperatures are sometimes hot, sometimes cool. When we talk about our country, the dress of our country is very, very unique, special. How is that special? It is special because in our country, in different states, people wear different attires. In one country, we have so many varieties of clothing styles. People in Kashmir wear different clothes. People in Rajasthan wear different clothes. People in Telangana wear different clothes. People in Tamil Nadu wear different types of clothes. I mean, in Tamil Nadu they wear dhoti and kurta. When it comes to Kashmir, they wear kurta and pajama. Right? In this way, if we go to different states, we find different ways of clothing. But what is the common clothing for women all over our country? What do all women wear in our country? Yes, you are right. Saris and kurta pajamas. Right. Now, you can see in our textbook we are given 4 different styles of women's clothing. Women's clothing. How many different styles? 4 different styles. What are they? One is sari, the other one is shalwar, kameez and dupatta, and the other one is ghagra and choli and a dupatta, and the next one is jeans and shirt. So, these are the different methods of clothing in our country, the two of whom especially of women. So, today we are going to learn about a character. What is the name of that character? The character is a girl and the name of that girl is Nemo. So, Nemo got a sari. That is our first lesson name. What is our lesson name, sir? Nemo got a sari. Nemo got a sari. Now, how can you spell the word sari? You can write S-A-R-I or you can also write S-A-R-E-E. There are no hard and fast rules for the spellings of proper nouns. I think you know what is a proper noun and what is a common noun. If you don't know, no need to worry. We shall definitely learn in our next class, that is in grammar classes. I shall definitely tell you about nouns, common nouns and proper nouns. But for now, my dear students, did you all understand what's our lesson name? What's the lesson name? Nemo got a Sally. Who's Nemo? Nemo is a girl. Right? Now shall we start? Okay. This is a story about a little girl who likes to dress up like her mother in a glossy manner. In a glossy. What is the meaning of glossy? Gloss means shine. So when I say glossy, it is shiny. Whoa. You might have observed your mother or your sisters or your aunts, when they attend functions, what type of sarees, what type of clothing do they like? They like shiny things, isn't it? Right. So Nemo, the girl in our lesson, also wants to dress up like her mother in a glossy manner, in a shiny manner, so that she can catch the attention of everyone wherever she goes. Right? Okay. Now I request every one of you to please look into the textbook when I read the lesson. Sir, reading helps you to learn the language better. Now you have to do two things. You have to put a pointer, you have to put your finger or a pencil as a pointer when I am reading, and simultaneously at the same time you also have to pay attention to what I am speaking. You should also listen carefully. So, my dear children, be attentive and let us start the lesson. Nemo was very happy to see her mother's new dress. What was special in that dress? It was a three-piece dress: shalwar, kameez and dupatta. It was a typical Punjabi dress. Its dupatta was bright as it had heavy embroidery and stonework. It had rose shrubs on which one could see red roses and green leaves. So, now straight away we are entering into the lesson. What's the name of the girl in our story? Right, Nemo. So, Nemo was very happy. Why was she very happy? To see her mother's new dress. It's not her new dress, it's her mother's new dress. Now that dress is in three pieces, right? What are the three pieces? One is dupatta. See, dupatta is only worn in India, our Indian subcontinent. Dupatta is a typical. What is the meaning of typical? Characteristic. Typical means special or as its own characteristic. So wherever you go, you can find it as the common style. That is called as typical. For example, in South India, what is the typical breakfast? Typical means common. What is the typical breakfast? Yes, idli and sambar. Oh, you said upma. Okay, not upma. What is that? Idli and sambar. So that is typical, right? So what do we prefer? In South India, we prefer hot beverage. What is our typical drink? If a guest comes to our house, what do we serve the guests? We serve them tea, isn't it? Or coffee. So tea and coffee are the typical beverages, hot beverages in South India. Now you understood the meaning of typical? Right. So it was a three-piece dress. One was shalwar. What is shalwar? The upper clothing, the dress that is from shoulders to the knees. The dress that is worn by women from shoulders to knees is called what? We call it as kameez. Then after kameez, the pant that they wear, it will be a little loose. Now, the pant that is little loose worn by women is called shalwar. The upper garment is called kameez. The pant is called shalwar. And what is the third one? Dupatta. Right. So, whose dress is that? It's a typical Punjabi dress. The women in Punjab commonly wear that dress. Its dupatta was bright. What is the meaning of bright? Shiny. Here bright means what? Shiny. The dupatta was bright and it had heavy embroidery. I think every one of you knows what is embroidery. What is embroidery? Embroidery is the handwork, hand woven work that is done to decorate the cloth. To decorate the cloth is called embroidery. Okay, so its dupatta was bright as it had heavy embroidery and stone work. Stone does not mean big stones, small stone works, you know that. Okay, it had rose shrubs. What was hand woven? What was hand woven said? Rose shrubs. They took red color thread and they wove what? Rose shrubs and beautiful red roses and green leaves. Nemo's mother was busy in the kitchen. Nemo quietly picked up the new dupatta and came out of the house. I know all kids are very naughty. When they like something, they want to try it on. So what did our Nemo do? Nemo quietly, she saw that her mother was busy in the kitchen. When her mother is busy in the kitchen, Nemo quietly picked up the new dupatta and came out of the house. Nemo found the dupatta very long when she thought of wearing it. So she decided to wear it as a sari. She tied it round her waist. She pretended to be her teacher, class teacher. She walked in the garden trying to copy her class teacher. Now, what did Nemo do? She picked up the dupatta and came out of the house. Now she wanted to try that dupatta on her. But when she tried the dupatta, it was very long for her. Your mother's dupatta will be definitely very long for you, isn't it? So she got an idea. What was that idea? She wanted to wear that dupatta as a sari. As it was very long, she wanted to wear it as a sari. And now what did she do? She quickly tied the dupatta around her waist. What is waist? This part. Okay, the place where we put our belt, school belt, is called waist, right? So she quickly tied the dupatta to her waist and she pretended to be the class teacher. What is the meaning of pretend? Pretend means to act. Pretend means what? To act. For example, when you don't want to go to school, what do? You pretend as if you are sick. Mama, I'm not feeling well. Your voice changes. Your face becomes dull. Your shoulders droop. You are very good at pretending, isn't it? Right. So, pretend means what? To act. Sometimes we pretend like, what do boys do? Boys pretend like Superman. Boys pretend like their favorite film stars. Pretend means to act. So here Nemo was pretending like her class teacher, right? She walked in the garden trying to copy her class teacher. So every one of us does this. We try to imitate our favorite person, and to most of the children the favorite person is either father, mother or teacher. So Nemo was trying to pretend like her class teacher. She was busy teaching when honk honk, she heard the horn of her friend Deepa's car at the gate. Suddenly she felt shy. She did not want Deepa to see her in a sari. Hurriedly, she took off the sari and threw it towards her house and waited. Just then, a strong wind blew and it carried away Nemo's so-called sari. My sari, it has flown away, she cried. She was very upset. So, my dear students, I hope you understood this paragraph. What did Nemo do? Nemo picked up the dupatta from the house, brought it out, tried to wear it like a sari, tied it around her waist, and she was pretending like her teacher, and she was busy teaching like her teacher. Then suddenly what happened? Honk, honk. The horn of the car. Whose car is that? Nemo's friend. What is the name of Nemo's friend? Deepa. What is the name of Nemo's friend? Deepa. Okay, so Deepa's car. Whose car, sir? Deepa's father's car has come and honked. Now when she heard the sound, suddenly Nemo became shy. What is the meaning of shy? To feel embarrassed. Okay, so she felt shy. And why did she feel shy? Because she was wearing sari and she did not want to be seen in the sari to Deepa. Hurriedly. Hurriedly means what, sir? Quickly, in a hurry. Hurriedly means quickly. Hurriedly means what? Quickly. So, hurriedly, what did she do? She removed the dress. She removed the sari and threw it through. Don't read it as a threw. Though it is written as Threw. How do we read it? We read it as threw. So what did she do? She threw. Please follow the pronunciation, my dear children. She threw the so-called sari. Is it a sari? No, it's a dupatta. So the so-called sari, she threw it towards her house and she was waiting for Deepa. But what happened? Just then a strong wind blew. Understood? Don't read it as blew. It's not blew. Blew. A strong wind blew and it carried the so-called sari. It carried away. Then what did Nemo do? Nemo cried, not this cried. The word cried has two meanings. One is crying like tears coming out your eyes. The other meaning for cried is shouted. Cried means what, sir, here? She shouted. What did she shout? My sari, my sari. But the wind carried it away. She felt very sad and upset. Stop crying, Nemo, said her mother. Her mother heard Nemo. She immediately came there. When she came to know that it was her dupatta which was carried, which was now missing, she became upset too. So, what did Nemo do? Nemo cried, my sari, my sari. Nemo's mother, who was busy in the kitchen, heard the crying, heard the screams, heard Nemo shout, my sari, my sari. She came running. She thought something has happened. So she came running to Nemo. Then Nemo explained what all has happened. Then Nemo's mother found that it was her dupatta that is missing, and she also became upset. Stop crying, Nemo, said her mother. We will go back and look for it. We will go and look for it. As they both went towards the gate, Deepa's mother got down from the car and asked them what was the matter. Nemo's mother explained everything, and then she took Nemo and started walking down the road looking for the dupatta. So, Though Nemo's mother was upset that her new dupatta was missing, she did not shout, she did not yell at Nemo. Instead, what did she do? She persuaded. She told Nemo not to cry. Don't worry. We will go and we will look for it. We will search for it and we will definitely find it. Saying this, Nemo and her mother were about to set out. They were about to go in search of the dupatta. Then Deepa's mother got down from the car. You remember the honk of the car? Yes. Who got down? Deepa's mother got down from the car and asked what the matter was. Then Nemo's mother explained everything, and then she took Nemo and went down the road. Down the road means along the road they went in search of dupatta. As they were walking, they came across Mr. Gopal, their neighbor. Uncle, did you see a bright blue sari fly across? Asked Nemo. Yes, Nemo, I saw a piece of cloth entwined round a pole outside that tent. But it was not as long as a sari, said Mr. Gopal. You're right. It was not a sari, it was my dupatta, said Nemo's mother. Nemo and her mother thanked Mr. Gopal and hurried towards the pole. And they saw the dupatta flying like a flag on the pole. Mommy, look there, Nemo said, pointing to the pole. Let us go into the tent to ask someone there to help us take out the dupatta, said Nemo's mother. Now, Nemo and her mother were going down the road in search of dupatta. Then they came across, they met their neighbor. Who's called as neighbor? The person who lives next to our house, or the person who lives in the vicinities, in the surroundings of our house are called neighbors. So, Nemo and her mother met Mr. Gopal. What is the new character's name? Mr. Gopal. So, see my dear children, when we are taking the name of elderly people, we should use Mr. Now, when somebody asks you what is your father's name, don't simply tell that my father's name is Gopal. No, you should add Mr. My father's name is Mr. Iqbal Hashmi. My father's name is Krishnamurthy. My father's name is Joseph. Wrong. What do you have to say? My father's name is Mr. Krishnamurthy. My father's name is Mr. Joseph. My father's name is Mr. Iqbal Hashmi. So don't forget to add the salutation Mr. before the name of elderly people. I'm sure you will definitely follow this because you are all good children, isn't it? Right. So now they asked Gopal, Mr. Gopal, Uncle, who asked? Nemo asked, Uncle, did you see a bright blue sari fly across? Then Mr. Gopal said, yes, I saw a blue cloth fly and it is entwined. What is the new word here? What is the new word here, my dear students? Entwined. Entwined. Entwined means what? Weaved. Okay? Entwined. Curled around a stick or something is called entwined. For example, look at this. This is my finger. Now what am I doing? I am entwining the wire to my finger. So, Mr. Gopal said that he saw the shiny blue cloth entwined to a pole of a tent. Pole of a tent. And then he expresses his doubt. That cloth was not long enough to be a sari. Then Nemo's mother said, yes, it's not a sari, it's my dupatta. Then they thanked Nemo and her mother thanked Mr. Gopal and they went towards the tent. They decided that they would take somebody's help to get the dupatta down of the pole. When Nemo went there, she saw the cloth. How was that? That was like a flag to the tent. Okay, flying like a flag on the pole. When they went into the tent, they realized it was a circus tent. Oh wow! What tent was that? It was a circus tent. There were lots of people. The show was about to begin. How lucky Nemo is. Nemo and her mother stood at the entrance. They saw ropes strung across with safety nets below. That must be for the trapeze artists and the tightrope walkers, said Nemo's mother. I could never walk on something so high, said Nemo. Just then, music started and the performers began to come into the ring. The elephant stood on its hind legs. Clowns juggled balls, and lion tamer made two lions climb on chairs and sit. A beautiful girl stood on two horses as they galloped round the ring. On seeing all this, Nemo forgot about the sari and enjoyed the show. When the show was over, her mother requested the ringmaster to help them to get the dupatta out. He readily helped them. Nemo was overjoyed and thanked the ringmaster profusely. They returned home. Oh, wow! How lucky Nemo is. Why is Nemo lucky? Nemo is lucky for two reasons. The place where she went, firstly, it is a circus tent. The show did not begin yet and she got an opportunity to watch the show. And what is the other reason? She found the dupatta. The ringmaster readily, immediately accepted, agreed to bring that dupatta down and give it to Nemo. Right? What tricks were performed at the circus? Have you ever been to circus? When we were children, every year there would be a circus in our town. Now the circus is not as regular as it was, but I'm sure you might have gone to circus. What tricks are performed in circus? Juggler. Who's called as a juggler? People who throw things up into the air like this. They are called jugglers. They throw balls, they throw cans, bottles, and they juggle. Right? So people slowly, the music began. How does the circus start? Circus begins with the music. And then slowly, one after other, everybody comes into the ring. What tricks were performed? The first trick was elephant. Who came, sir? Elephant came and stood on its hind legs. What is the new word here? The new words are juggled. Juggle means what, sir? To throw things up into the air and catch. Okay? To catch things throwing into the after throwing into the air. After throwing into air. That is called juggle. So the juggler threw the balls into the air and he juggled the balls. An elephant was made to stand on the hind legs. Hind. What is the next word? Hind. Hind means what? Back. Hind means what? Back. See, every animal has two pair of legs. Two in the front and two back. The front legs are called forelegs and the back legs are called hind legs. Hind means what? Back. That is the reason why we have the word behind. Okay. We have words like foresight, forefathers. Understood, sir? Fore means before. Hind means behind, back. So the elephant was made to stand on the hind legs. Clones juggled the balls and a lion tamer. What is the meaning of tame? Tame means train. Train what? Train the wild animals. Train means what, sir? Provide training to. Instructing them, teaching them is called train, not the not that train. Here tame means train. Is loin a wild animal or a domestic animal? Yes, it's a wild animal. So there will be loin tamers. The loin tamer made the loins to get on to what? Get on to the chairs and sit. A beautiful girl got onto two horses, not on one horse, but a beautiful girl kept one leg on one horse and another leg on the other horse, and both the horses galloped. What's the new word? Galloped. What is the meaning of gallop? Run fast, run quickly. So both the horses galloped round the ring. And on seeing now, Nemo was watching all this very excitedly. In her excitement of watching the elephant, watching the juggler, watching the beautiful girl galloping on the horses, she forgot about the sari. Right? The show was over. When the show was over, Nemo's mother requested the ringmaster, the one who was leading all the activities in the ring of circus. She asked the ringmaster to get the dupatta. The ringmaster immediately, readily means what? Without any hesitation, without any second thought, quickly he agreed to help them, and he brought the dupatta and gave it to Nemo. Nemo was overjoyed. Joy means happiness. Overjoy means more happiness. Her happiness knew no bounds. So she was overjoyed and thanked the ringmaster profusely. What is the next new word? Profusely. So profuse means what? To a great extent. To a great extent. To a high degree. Profusely. Okay. And then they returned home. After a few days, mother bought Nemo a small sized sari. It was a sari specially made for girls. Nemo, now you have your own sari. You need not to spoil my clothes. Nemo's mother said Nemo was happy to get a sari which belonged to her only. So now Nemo's mother realized how much Nemo wants to be dressed up like herself, like her mother. So after few days, what did Nemo's mother do? She bought a sari, small sized sari, which is meant especially for young girls, small kids. And she gave the sari to Nemo and said, now that you have your own sari, please you don't need to spoil my clothes. Okay. So Nemo was happy to get a sari that belonged to her only. So I think you all have enjoyed the story, enjoyed listening to what happened at the circus, right? Wasn't that a wonderful story? So my dear children, you need to learn few things here. First, Nemo. Though we write M twice, we don't read it as Nemo. It is not Nemo. In English language, please understand, though we write the letters twice, we make the sound of only one letter, Nemo. Okay, Nemo got a sari. So what are the new words? Attire, dress, glossy, shiny, typical, special, embroidery, the work that is done on the clothes to decorate, then pretend, to act, hurriedly, quickly. Through is the past tense. Through, how you should read it? Through. Don't read it as through. It's not through. It's not blue. It is through. It's blue. Past tense of blow is blue. Cried. Not this cried. Of course, this is also crying only. But cried means shouted. Neighbor, the person who lives next to our house or in our surroundings is called neighbor. Entwined, curled around. Entwined means what? Curled around. Juggled. Juggle means to throw things into the air and play with them. Hind, back. Front, fore. Tame. Tame means to train the wild animals. Gallop, run fast. Profusely, to a great extent. So I want every one of you to write these hard words and practice them. Sir, please learn these hard words by their spellings. Okay? I am sure you enjoyed the lesson, my dear children. We will meet up with the supplementary work along with our lesson, that is listening, speaking tasks and grammar vocabulary in the next session. Until then, take very good care of yourself. Thank you so much. Love you all.